Welcome to Presence with Peacock Voices, our YouTube channel where we discuss how mastering the human voice will allow you to become the leader and communicator that you want to be. Today, we are talking about executive presence. I don't know if you've ever gotten the feedback that you don't have enough executive presence or the right executive presence or executive presence at all, but this is something that we have heard from many clients who come to us. A lot of times, by the time you get to our doorstep, you've gotten the feedback that you are missing something, but you've gone to an executive training program at a business school. Maybe you've had a coach who's really worked through how you wear your clothing, what clothing you wear, how you do your hair, your makeup, whatever that is, so you look the part. And you've probably done a lot of work on your content, the words you use when you write to people, when you speak to people, when you interact with people, and you're still missing that elusive thing that gives you executive presence. And this is a conflict we see a lot with our clients. What happens is you start to realize it's not about how you look, it's not about what you say, because that's done, right? You've done all that hard work. It really is all about how you say it. Maybe you have always been seen as the friendly colleague, the best friend of everybody on the team. Maybe you're more serious and reflective, quiet, an introvert. All of these things that make you an amazing team member because you listen and you pay attention and you're able to think deeply. But when it comes to that next level, that next step of really big leadership, there's just something missing. So how can your voice help you when it comes to executive presence? What is it about your speech pattern that you can make subtle adjustments to that allow you to stay true to who you are and your authentic self, but still have that elusive executive presence that you are looking for so you can get your next promotion? Well, in this video, I'm going to talk through 4 steps that we work on with every single one of our clients looking to gain more executive presence. I want to be very clear that executive presence is different depending on who you are. What is executive presence for me might not be the same for you. It has to all be inside this space of authenticity and what sounds right for you. The first thing that's really important when it comes to having powerful executive presence is really just having energy. A high energized speaking voice is going to give energy, help people feel more energized and more engaged with you. And I think if I were going to talk with you like this, we can all kind of assume that this is not the most engaging or executive speech pattern you've ever heard, right? So having that high energy is really, really important. The second vocal characteristic that we work on with clients who are looking to improve their executive presence is inflection. Inflection is an incredibly important characteristic for a charismatic and engaging speech pattern and is really crucial for persuasive speech. And that's an important thing to have when you're trying to persuade your team to go along with you and persuade the other executives in your company as well as your board members to go along with your ideas. Inflection is going up in pitch and down in pitch, and the opposite of that is monotone. We all remember Ferris Bueller's Day Off where he said Bueller, Bueller, anybody? Bueller. That's monotone. So making sure that you're always going up in pitch and down in pitch, again, inside this lens of what feels right in your body. If you want to learn more about inflection and the nuances of inflection, we're actually going to spend a lot of time talking about that in the month of October. The next vocal characteristic that we discuss a lot with clients who are looking for executive presence is volume. Making sure that your voice is heard, literally. This past February, we had an entire month devoted to projection and how to project your voice in a way that brings people into your sound instead of having you talk at them. If you are interested in learning more about that, I would definitely suggest that you head over to our video all about projection so that you can learn how to have that volume that will help you in your executive presence journey. And then finally, our 4th, I think, most important vocal characteristic for executive presence is silence. So frequently you get feedback saying you need more silence, but nobody ever talks about how. And so we want to talk about the importance of using silence as a tool, because when used in an improper way, silence can be highly disengaging. And if you're still with me after that, good for you. But silence can be a great tool for helping your listener group together ideas. It can be an amazing tool to teach listeners that you're still continuing an idea, and it can be an amazing tool to show people this is the end of an idea. More importantly, silence can be used to prove a point. And if you put all of these things together, they are a great foundation for what can help you cultivate your own executive presence. As always, I hope this was interesting. I hope you learned something new and you're curious to play with your own voice and how it can help you in your journey towards having executive presence. And I hope you have a wonderful day.